All right, hello and welcome to chapter 272 of our streaming adventure. What I have for you today is a little bit of vintage. Specifically, what TheWheel spun up was to play either, we'll say, my choice of Tinker or Oath of Druids. And let's just say on this day in Facebook history, like 4 years ago, I tried playing Oath of Druids at the Vintage Eternal Weekend. Didn't go too hot. Now that was the Niv Mizzet version of it when Niv Mizzet was still new, and the idea behind it of drawing cards, dealing damage, all that stuff is great. But it didn't pan out. And so I kind of have an aversion to Oath of Druids. So the idea is more, okay, play Tinker. Well, that's not hard. Most of the decks, if they're trying to win in Vintage, do play Tinker anyway. So then it's more of a case of what is a way that I can play Tinker that I'll enjoy. And I saw a list, and I believe it was like posted, because it was all the actual cards. I believe it was posted by a Japanese pro. I didn't save it. I just saved the picture. I didn't save the tweet or whoever it might have been. And so I was like, okay, no, this deck looks good. And then when trying to get together stuff on Tuesday, I saw from the latest deck list dump that friend of the stream, the Power 9, was playing a version of this. Now, they played a different deck in like the challenge on the weekend, and then from that they changed a couple cards and then had a 5-0 with this particular list. And so we're going to go with the 5-0 list. Now, things that I notice is having the extra, what's normally like the sideboard bullet that you bring in sometimes. Maybe Sphinx of the Steel Wind is worthy to see main deck play, you know what I mean? And I did play a deck with Sheoldred and a bunch of wheels that Justin, I am actually level 1, had posted, and I played that at the Legacy Pit the Vintage days, and I did well with it. I made top 8 of that event. And then at a local event, some friends got together and we were able to play a little bit of paper Vintage in real life, proxies included, and Sheoldred was able to do her thing again. And so every time I have played, the acceleration that's available to you from Vintage, being able to play Sheoldred as quickly as you do, puts you in a good position just because of how powerful Sheoldred is. So the thought here is, while Sheoldred is powerful, there are other things too, namely Hull Breacher, Opposition Agent. But say I had a Hull Breacher in play or a Narset, being able to Time Twister, denying your opponent those cards and gaining your resources, or if I'm going to use it with Sheoldred, shoot him down with a bunch of 14 damage at a time. I also like removing the red element and just going to blue-black. So that's my other thought, is maybe like slimming down on the colors will help us. We will see how that actually pans out. But the Urza Sagas here give us an alternate route in just in case something happens. And good old Tinker, Time Vault, Key, all of those things combined together is going to give us, hopefully, multiple paths to victory. Before we get things started, I just want to take a couple minutes to say shout out to Mana Traders up there at the top of the screen. They've been sponsoring my stream for almost as long as I've been streaming, and now that I'm over here on the Switch Gaming, they allow me to play the variety of decks that I play. So either check them out if you aren't already. They have a monthly tournament series that rotates through different formats. It's free to enter, and if you're a Mana Traders member, you get increased prizes. Now, if you're not a Mana Traders member, maybe sign up with my referral link, which you can find in my Twitter bio, or in the code up there at the top. If you use that during your checkout, I kind of get a referral bonus, and that helps support me as well. Also want to say shout out to my team, The Swish Gaming. You can find, if you put Linktree in the chat there, go here and find, come join the Discord, find our articles on Patreon, our YouTube content, the Twitter account, all of that stuff. Hopefully you're watching us here on Twitter, or you're watching us here on Twitch. If so, please give us a follow. It's free to do. As well as our content, we archive it, we put it over on YouTube. It's free to subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and do that too, and you'll be notified when more content comes out from us. So, all that aside, I want to say thanks in advance for watching. I don't know that this is going to go poorly, but I do have confidence in this deck, having played something similar to it. I trust in the Power 9. And let's see what we can do. Vintage. League. Well, let's go. Now, one thing I was curious about is we've just recently done our monthly drawing, or I should say I've collected the names to do our monthly drawing from October. The ways to be entered for the drawing is to either be a Twitch subscriber, a $5 patron or higher, or be in the Discord, be a supporter. That it's called, I can picture it, it's like a pink diamond. It's like, I think you boost, so, or nitro. So if you're helping us out in Discord that way, supporting the stream, supporting our other content creators out there, writing articles, going and playing in tournaments, things like that, all of those can get you into the drawing. As of right now, well, we'll talk about it later because we got a round one. Okay. What is this opening hand? We're on the draw. Okay. Mental Misstep lets us fight. Potentially. They didn't mulligan at all. I say that, and I see here that they were last seen playing Dredge. Can this deck beat Dredge? I would say potentially with Vampiric Tutor pulling up a wheel effect. We're going to have to cash in Hull Breacher to do that, though. I'm just going to hope to draw Mox. I think this is somewhat reasonable. Being on the draw does hurt. Well, if they're Dredge, maybe this will get over quick. Okay, so they're Hogak. Now, I will say, against Hogak, things have... Well, that's pretty good. What did they get? Sorry. They got Dredgevine. Things have gone very well for me by having Sheoldred against them. Especially if they go to, like, activate a Bazaar to be able to hull breach that. I think we can sit on this with the plan to hull breacher into a Vampiric. All right, I have a response. I mean, maybe they want to discard the cards. Yeah, there's a Rootwalla. Now, they've already, quote, cast it. So I could just stop this from hitting with a misstep. It's one less body in play is how I'm viewing it. The thing is, what is potentially smarter is what if I would have used that to stop a... What do I want to say? A discard effect. Like Cabal Therapy, something like that. So, knowing that I already have the Hull Breacher, let's just go get Time Twister. Twist, and there we go. Yeah, that's all we needed. Okay. So, sideboarding. I would expect to see Leyline of the... Not Leyline. I would expect to see... I'm drawing a blank on it right now. Actually, I'm going to go to my notes. See if I wrote down what I sideboarded against them. The Hogak decks. I did not. Just that I won. That's helpful, Jeremy. I think I want the removal because Collector Oof is kind of what I'm worried about, right? But also, theoretically, I could bring in Grafdigger's Cage here. In general, I feel like the Flusterstorms are going to be bad. But at the same time, Flusterstorm on a Force of Vigor is likely something they can't stop. If I look at it that way. Hey, Mike, how you doing? It's going pretty well, pretty well. Just kicking off the stream now. I'm wondering if it is worthwhile to... Yeah, looking at what would I have to sideboard out. I think Sphinx is something that would be powerful for me. Citadel is maybe not what I want to fight with. Merchant Scroll, I don't know. I'm never a fan of Merchant Scroll. Who am I kidding? Potentially these opposition agents might be weak. Ideally, you're going to catch a fetch land. After that, I don't know how much they're going to do. And then, you know, the debate is Force of Will versus Flusterstorm. I think one of these Flusterstorms doesn't match. Okay, I'll take out the Flusterstorm that doesn't match for a variety. Oh, I should have Soul Guide Lantern in. Maybe I just cut all the Force of Wills. Is Flusterstorm going to be better than Force of Will? No, because there's times that the Force of Will be better. Oh, I have another one that doesn't match? All right. I've determined that's what we will do. Glad to have you aboard. They're keeping 7 cards again. So this is a lot less impressive than the other hand, right? Yeah, like, I mean, there's nothing, I don't have that turn 1 play and stuff like that I did last time, so. Well, what do we have here? We have a Urza Saga that eventually becomes a Tinker, or becomes my, yeah, we're keeping this. The worry would be a quick Collector Oof, but I have Collector Oof potentially covered. Okay. Foothills for them. Deathrite Shaman. Okay. Turn Deathrite Shaman off. I don't want to expose the Sapphire. Maybe I have to, though. Yeah, that was poor. Okay. My thought was not to expose the Sapphire because I actually want blue mana as opposed to the green mana, but... So, things I could do. We could just kill it. I would almost rather untap, but then the only thing I can use to untap is this. So let's float a colorless. Alright, we'll clear the oof. Can I stop in my upkeep? I can. We'll set the stop to spin the emerald. Well, there's the key. Unfortunately, I can't really do anything else here, can I? I guess I could cast the Time Vault. So let's put it back like this. We might as well draw the key. So either I could again take a look, trying to find better mana. Would I wait? Would I spend the effort to draw into it though? I potentially, because I don't have the extra mana here. I might as well take a look. Yikes. So next turn I will draw a card. And then this will pop to go get me mana. It could go get me a Lotus. Let's say that. Pass turn. And then effectively next turn we just have... I guess we go for Time Vault, but they have another Collector's Oof, which is bad news. Is there a way? What did we say we put on top? We put the Sheoldred on top? Okay. Yeah. This is not going to go very well for us. I'm going to need to find... Nope. So we'll draw. I will float a colorless. Pop it to go get... I mean, none of these really work, so I might as well Grafdigger's Cage to prevent worse things happening to me and hope I draw out of it. Pass turn. And hope the 3-point beatdown doesn't kill me before I get a chance. Yeah, unfortunately, I would need to draw... Not that. So they definitely have the oof. And I don't know, to a degree, this is showing me that Collector's Oof is something dangerous that I would potentially need to worry about. I think I want forces maybe more than anything else here. They did have Mindbreak Trap. That's worth... Mindbreak Trap and Hollow One, worth knowing. We could have drawn. Yep. So we lose that one. All right. Let's bring these other forces back. And I think I'm okay cutting these other Flusterstorms, because Flusterstorm will never stop a collector oof. Force of will. And then both can fight a Force of Vigor, but obviously I am more worried about that collector oof. Collector oof basically turns off the deck. So take a quick look across everything else. Mental Misstep. Is anything up here better than Mental Misstep? Probably another Pithy Needle to fight Bazaar. Potentially. Alright. Try to tinker out a Sphinx. On the play, finally. So, I have a... well, a Grafdigger's Cage, turn 2 Hull Breacher. No protection against possible Force of Vigoring, though. We do have a quick Dismember. I think I keep. Like, there are definitely more explosive things to do, but I still think this is decent. Alright, they mulligan to 6. I don't think I want to play out the Mox Pearl. In case they have, like, Force of Vigor, that's just giving them an extra target that I'm not yet able to cash in on. That makes sense. Yep. Well, we're a little bit a ways from that one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Blazing room. Okay. We'll take the oof off the board. Well, apparently I have multiple expendable hull breachers now. Let's get him to attack first. Okay. Second main Mox. A new collector oof. That waiting on the wasteland is interesting there. Oh, they're doing it in my draw step. Okay, well, I'm still going to play this other Hull Breacher then. They had a chance to take me off the mana for it, and they elected not to. What would be nice is to trade, untap, and play a Sheoldred. Yeah, say I let this happen. Not quite. trying to picture if they would have removal for me. Don't think so. As expected. A lot of 4 mana effects over here. Now, here's the thing is, I was willing to make that trade before. Do they have another one? I think I'm still willing to trade. Or do I hold them off 1 turn? Because if they just have another one, I'm going to feel bad. I mean, we've already killed 1. I mean, you don't put them in your deck if you're not gonna play them. Wow. So now I think we block and the old cycle of a hollow one. Give my opponent a treasure token that I can't currently activate, but I feel like I'm definitely gonna block now. That was interesting. Give my opponent a treasure token. Do they have another? It would appear not. I have a Sheoldred. Pass the turn. Shoot for 2. Just remember, Jeremy, do not. Sure, you have a Dredgevine. Whenever I draw a card, I gain 2 life. I could put a Narset in play and start drawing towards the next thing. I could play it a ley line. Well, that just backs up the Graph Digger's Cage. I think we Narset as an extra, I guess, disincentive. But I have to be careful because my next thing I play... I'll take a Force of Will as protection. Alright, pass turn. I think I'm a little content to have Sheoldred gain me these life points. That'll do, lady. That'll do. Sheoldred. Sheoldred, too powerful. Too powerful. Trying to remember, what was the thought that I was talking about prior to... Oh, what you can do to get yourself into the drawing, because for October's drawing, we are doing a... My teammate streaming Monday through Friday, Steven Dykman, NRG competitor, is going to sign the latest regional championship qualifiers are giving you Thraben Inspectors, and that's a card he is well known for. I believe we're going to try to get a play set of those together and have him autograph them for you, and that will be our drawing. Also, that was the other thing. Being the winner of the drawing is another way to get yourself on the wheel. Oh, what's the wheel, you ask? Well, thank you for asking. The wheel is something I have done when I used to stream on my own, where it basically was a way for the subscribers, the viewers, to have a voice in the content I did. Like if I wasn't focused on a tournament or something like that, they were able to help, we'll say, guide me towards something that they were interested in seeing. So I still when I moved from my own channel over onto the team channel, I still had people in the queue, and I don't want them to lose their value that they had. So the idea is we spin the wheel. When the wheel comes up, ooh, we won the die roll. So this one is draw. This one is play. Nope. They also mulligan to 6. I'll keep this. Put back Pithing Needle. Oh, I know Falcon Eye. The thought here... What does Merchant Scroll even go get? Sure. Ancestral is what it normally is. Flusterstorm, solid. Go to get protection. I'm going to use some technology here and go get a tapped land. Let's get that out of the deck for the future. So now I'm curious, what is it that my opponent... Okay, they're ahead of us on Saga. Already have the vault. May I brainstorm? Well, that is a choice. We could... Yeah, I think I do that. Theoretically, I should have done this on my own turn for maximum shields up moment, right? So, hear me out. Turn off your time vault. We know that they have fluster protection for what they're doing. Mystical for something else now. Alright, Saga up to 2. Interesting. 1, 2. That keeps my mana around. I might as well do that. So what I find interesting here is they kind of have to do it. On my turn, if they go for a Pithy Needle, I'm going to have to respond anyway. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and make my token 2. Not to be overly clever. I do potentially expect a Pithy... They went Lotus. 3 blue. 5. No spells have been played. Keep in mind, Jeremy, that they have Flusterstorm available to them, and I can't do jack about that. And we're done here. Yeah, Teferi's a mean one. Well, Teferi is definitely something. I would assume our opponent is going to have... I mean, everybody has Hull Breacher right now, so I definitely feel like Fatal Push is a way to deal with it with my various fetch lands. And then I might as well bring in this Mystical Dispute. We know that we will be fighting over blue cards, you know what I mean? So then it's a case of these wheels feel a lot more dangerous in a world of opposing Hull Breachers. So I definitely feel like Days Undoing is the least impressive one. Whether or not that's true, it's how it feels. So then... do I want another Pithy Needle to fight Teferi? I have the one already in the main. Is the one main good enough against Teferi? Again, Flusterstorm. Flusterstorm is going to fight their Flusterstorms, things like that. But there are a lot of things that Flusterstorm doesn't help against. And that is kind of more the worry here. The disadvantage of Force of Will, not as good. But again, like I'm saying, if I'm saying that Flusterstorm is going to have targets that I won't be able to hit, maybe that is an argument to take some of them out. I think Opposition Agent, especially in a world of fetches and sagas and stuff like that, is still worth keeping. Maybe the card disadvantage tutors of like Vampiric Tutor. No, I'm okay losing Merchant Scroll. Merchant Scroll is one of the ones where, I don't know, it kind of almost pains me to play it. So it doesn't break my heart to lose that one. If that makes sense. Well... oh, there's no blue mana here. Are you serious? Any blue mana, and I would feel really good about this. Especially being on the draw. Or on the play. Turn 1 Saga. Go? That seems horrendous. I also don't necessarily want to go down on the cards, but like there's no blue mana here until turn whatever, so... oh, seriously? I put this Saga back? If I put this Mox back. All right, big bucks and whammies. Yeah, this isn't feeling good. Oh, that's a good one. Also powerful. Time Walk. Tinker. Well, I mean, you know they have Fluster. Okay. Okay. So again, they're going to make one, and I'm going to have to expect the Pithy Needle, so I might as well just do it. Tails never fails. Of course. Of course they did. Yep. So our sagas are now turned off. I have no blocks. Well then. I could use some blue mana. Alternatively, knowing we're going to have another fetch happen here. There's on a Mana Crypt. Needle to try to find. Say I went Black Lotus, that would give me Narset with an extra blue floating to try to do something, and then that maybe makes them waste an attack. That is about my experience playing Magic the Gathering. Yeah, that's a big yikes. Heads again with 2 wins. That just feels unnatural, honestly. I do think maybe. Well, okay, look at it this way. Had I gone and gotten... If I get Sensei's Top instead of Black Lotus, the cards on top are effectively the same. What Narset looked at would have looked at the same things with top. So, everybody at Narset. Narset is super dead. You're doing great. So now I'll get a top. I'll spin that top. Well, I mean, at least, hey, this way we get to play more matches, right? Isn't that more fun trying to get more matches in? So what I was saying about earlier, being a monthly drawing winner also gets you added to the wheel, and when you are spun up on the wheel, you can give us a single card strategy, an archetype you want to see, a format, or something like that. And so last week I had somebody that wanted to see Enchantress. Well, once they tell me Enchantress, I get to determine, oh, do I want to play that in Legacy? Do I want to play it in Modern? How do I want to play, quote, Enchantress? And so for this week, it definitely was going to be Vintage, and then they were trying to say, do you want to play Tinker, or do you want to play Oath of Druids? Do you want to get bonus points for playing both of them? And it was a thing of, I knew that this was a shell that I already wanted to play, or I was interested in playing, and so, I mean, Tinker for Citadel and Sphinx, both in the main deck, I feel like, as well with the Vault Key, I'm giving Tinker proper weight, while at the same time, I really like the position of Sheoldred, and so that's kind of where we settled on this. So I did get a response over on Twitter. I had credited the Power 9. Power 9 says, true credit to Vintage Master Echo Baronin for the deck. I only made a couple small changes for personal preference. Fair enough. Thank you. Shout outs to both Echo Baronin and the Power 9, both exceptionally powerful wizards. If you'd like to be a more powerful wizard, I was going to say, if you'd like to be a powerful wizard, make sure you're following our channel, subscribing over on YouTube. Both of those are free to do. And hey, if you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime. And if you're not donating your Bezos bucks anywhere else, please consider sending them our way. We are a Mid-Michigan team we have some of us doing content, some of us writing articles, some of us out there traveling weekly to the tournaments. We're going to have multiple teams represented at the NRG series in Fort Wayne, I believe the stop is this week. A lot of good Pioneer, Modern, I think it's Legacy as well. So definitely check that out. I actually don't know for sure what the formats are. Every time one of these events has come up, unfortunately, I was able to get myself vacation time, make sure that I could go play at the Legacy Pit. I knew that was kind of going to be a tentpole event that I definitely wanted to be at. At least I had some notice about the Legacy Pit. I really would like to play Eternal Weekend this year, but how late that they announced it, it literally, it's just not reasonable to travel there, especially to play Vintage on Friday. I don't have any more vacation days. So, because like everybody else, or for the most part, I had to schedule vacation way in advance. I had no reasonable, it kept, the window was closing and closing. It's like, well, certainly we can't have one happen this year. Well, it turns out they decided to have one this year. All right, we have won the die roll, but don't really have anything to do, so that's going to be a mulligan. Hey, okay. So, one, two, three, four, five. Or, because I need the blue mana. So is it a case of okay. Well, that sucks. Turn 1, double mulligan Tinker Pass. What do you got for me? You have Mana Crypt? Okay. Mana Crypt I'm fine with. Four mana. A Thought Not Seer. Well, say no to Eldrazi. Paying costs. Chalice on X equals okay. We're doing hot over here. Okay. Let's go to that next turn. We will play a Saga. So we're at 14, huh? All right. Theoretically, we go get top there and can work our way through. We could set up Time Vault. We have a variety of different things we, quote, could do. Mono white Eldrazi taxes? Or just white Eldrazi? They're going to have various taxing effects? Probably. I'm just trying to think if something like Hercules is even worthwhile here. I don't... Are they going to have lock pieces? Is that... That's worth considering, is lock piece type effects. I feel like Flusterstorm is potentially dead here, especially the fact that they showed us the white. Well, so that's going to be Thalia. Do they also play swords? Do Eldrazi play swords? Don't they have, like, the Blink guy? I think they have the Blink guy. If I'm going to cut all the Flusterstorms, I can at least bring back a single Hercule. Is there anything more that I want? I'm drawing towards that Hercule. I can't imagine, really. I mean, okay, what if they have... what's the play multiple spells counterspell? The trap. Mindbreak Trap. Do I want to protect from Mindbreak Trap with Flusterstorm? I mean, no. Theoretically, this Sphinx is bigger than most of what they have going on. The Bolus Brick. The Bolus Brick, I feel like happens to me so much. But... Alright, this feels like a decent hand. It gets hurt the more taxing type effects they have for us. But... I don't know. Let's keep it, see how it goes. I guess I don't want to mulligan to 0 every time. Sure. That sucks. So this will cost me at minimum 2. Well, hey, we have that Hercule to save us from the Chalice, right? Come on, Mana Crypt, do your job. Heads! Tails never fails. Don't play an Emiria. I will allow an Eldrazi Displacer. Exile another target creature, return it tapped. Okay. Because of the costing here, I'm just going to get Watery Grave. Let it happen. They had... I was trying to be clever. I wasn't even trying to be clever. I was just trying to speed things along, and it's my own fault for being an ass. I guess I could have just gotten Island. See, that one's on me, and that's really frustrating. See, this is brutal. This is now where you have to go and get the thing. And if they have a wasteland here, okay, yeah, that all makes sense. Right? But the problem now is I can't even kill everything on their side of the board. I can't pay the different taxes. I can't play the multiple spells. Imagine if I had an extra land in play because I wasn't a buffoon. That's the frustrating part, is I basically gave away a turn last turn. And because of that, I don't know, that's definitely frustrating. See, having Displacer as the prevention, I mean, we're racing this flip. What is that? Yeah. Well, it's a deck. Funny enough, that Hurkle was almost relevant. Not quite, but almost relevant. Pithy Needle could be an answer. I think we just got to go fast. Well, this is the antithesis of fast. So I guess we hope to put 2 cards back. So I need to keep Land Mox. I mean, should I have just gotten rid of the Force of Will then, with the hope of... Because if they play a turn 1, like, I'm not going to... It would have been better off having the extra threat to have Tinker or Hull Breacher instead of spending it on Force of Will. Okay. Okay. think you still have to go with Lotus or Citadel. So I mean, we put this. I guess I go get another force in my hand just so I have an answer. It also takes another possibility out there. I mean, we play this and it gets countered. Alright. Theoretically, I needed to keep that key around. Potentially against the taxing effects, Citadel should have come out and I should have just gone... Even if Citadel didn't come out, I should have just gone Luminarch Aspirant. I feel like that's not what we're worried about here. Sure. Okay. Play this. Play this. Shuffle up. You want to mind break trap my Luminarch Aspirant. Okay. Well, maybe we get them to attack into Urza Saga token. That's always a possibility. Target attacking or blocking creature. Well, they had 12 aspirants. How foolish of me to not play around them all. Sure. So, on my turn, we know what we are going to draw. So, we'll make a new one. Theoretically, I can hull breach here. Then have that go off, go and get me a top. We cannot currently do that. What if we... get some opposition agents? Interesting. Put them back that way. Found a new saga. Yikes. These are terrible. Theoretically, we could put that in our hand, but then we lose the top on the top. So I'm going to crash in with this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 non-land permanents. So Archon of Emeria here. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll play that. Unfortunately, yeah, so each one of those are lethal. They have to be blocked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think we got there, actually. I'm just, being pedantic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Yeah, I think that took me longer to see than it should have. Sorry about that. No mean to slow roll. It was a case of there are a lot of white hate bears in play, and they're kind of cramping my style. I'm not gonna lie to you. So overall, 2-1 so far. Defeated Dredgevine, lost a Tinker with Teferi. That was the thing that definitely, I think, trumped us. We had Counterspell, so did they, but Teferi goes, your counters don't matter here, and was able to remove my Pithing Needle, so Teferi definitely did heavy lifting there. And then that was White Eldrazi, where they're taxing pieces along with some sloppy play that just trying to speed things up left me vulnerable to a wasteland that it didn't need to. Had I kept the fetch land, even if they play for their turn, I just go into the next turn and I still have fetch land available. That helps neutralize that. So yeah, that's definitely an on me decision. One other thing I was going to talk about is I am curious whether the functionality... Okay. So, we are going to add the exclamation point trivia function. I mean, I can add whatever I want. So there you go. Hey, we did it! One thing that we still have to do as a team is we still need to get our emote game together. I was looking at some of the stuff that's available to us, so I just put some stuff like GG and Hype. But, I mean, we definitely can put stuff like... I was trying to come up with examples of what kind of emote should we have, and it's like a thumbs up, or when they're on energy or whatever, and it's like sometimes people will comment in the chat, and it's like, spam this spaghetti to vote for, and I don't know where I was going with that, but like spam this fish to support Team Swish. I mean, maybe just make one of our emotes a fish. I said, you know, like, got 'em, have that be a thing, or like when I get a win, I normally I'll clap to myself just because I'm happy. That, and or maybe I watch too much Jarvis, and Jarvis is also, he is happy when he wins, which, I mean, shouldn't everybody be happy when they win? But no, the exclamation point trivia command is something that MTGBot, Dan Bopes does a lot of good work for the community, and so I definitely want to help support with that $1 patron. So I think I'm going to get that done, so going forward on the stream we can get that command added. Not entirely sure what it brings in, but I'm sure, you know, when we've been waiting 3 minutes and 52 seconds to have our next match fire up, maybe a little trivia between rounds will be fun. But then again, you can't go too long, because then we'll have round number 4. Winning die rolls helps. Drawing opening hands like this does not. I mean... Is it because our cards are foil? Do we have too many foil cards, and because of that, it's definitely messing with the shuffler? That could be. I mean, isn't it? When you play foil restricted blue cards, there's definitely something going on. I can say that all of the restricted blue cards in my hand are currently foil. That is a statement that I can make that is true. Maybe that's a good point, Mike. That maybe the Magic Online isn't able to shuffle them as well. Like they're a little too thick. That could be. Oh my goodness. This hand doesn't do anything, but I'm going to keep it because, I don't know, I'm frustrated. 0 land, 1 land, 4 land. Cool. Why'd you play that land? I'm going to fluster. I'm not going to waste a fluster here. Now they know what I'm playing because I've shown them. Force of Will, Leovold, Collector Oof. Well, crap. Well, I'm glad I didn't keep the other lands. This is a sweet Flusterstorm here. Nice misty rainforest. Well, you're just gonna wasteland it, idiot. Make him spend the wasteland. Make them spend the Wasteland, I guess. That gets one out of their hand and sets me up towards the next one. They could also choose to just deploy a Collector Oof here. See if I'm willing to fight over it. Which, based on the deck, I feel like I kind of have to. This could also get basic Island for me, with this one being a Underground and Reserve. I guess it depends on where the Wasteland gets pointed, too. That's the real key to it. Wasteland is here. Wasteland is fired off. Colorless is floated. Colorless is burned away. You're doing a great job. I guess that's another thing. Like, we had these buttons at work that you could hit them, and it's like, boop, math is hard, boop, hey, you're doing a great job. You know, none of it is by any means sincere, but I don't know. So, oof. There it is. Here, theoretically, we could fight that with this. I mean, I'm never casting this Sphinx, although I think it's going to be really good. I just don't see a world. What do we got here? I mean, maybe they're debating whether or not it's worth forcing back. They are going to force. They're going to pitch a Gush. Okay. This is mine. This is theirs. Wait, what happened? Did I go away? Mike, did the stream get disrupted? Sorry about that if it did. That's weird. Something tells me I'm going to lose to this Leovold because we fought over all this other stuff. Doesn't look like it said I dropped frames or anything. Well, 2 minutes ago, stream disconnected, trying to reconnect. So, all right, unfortunately. Sorry about that. All right, 2 unknown cards over on their side. We're doing great over here. Whenever you or a permanent you control becomes tapped. Well, I don't think I can reasonably beat an Oko, unfortunately. So every time I draw cards, I'm just going to pitch them away to force a will, apparently. I'm just going to, again, try to speed things up and then get immediately punished by Wasteland? No? Ha! Ha! Well, let's not do that. Oh, it's a time twister. Oh my god. No, thank you. No, thank you. I almost on reflex did it. That was almost the reflex to go ahead and cast Time Twister. Good thing I have seen Leovold before, and I know how that song and dance goes. What do you got for me? Good old-fashioned 6/7 Tarmogoyf. Yeah, I guess here's the big brain play. I play Time Twister. I don't gain the life, but I kill them by doing it. Those are the big brain plays, folks. Those ones are key. I mean, Flusterstorm is going to have value against... Here, we need to... I don't know. I kind of have the feeling that Citadel is the least impressive thing here, and or some of the taxing aspect of it, and that's not where I should be trying to leverage things. If I resolve Tinker, I should be getting a Sphinx of the Steelwind. You go for Bolas's Citadel, and I'm going to get hit by a Force of Vigor, and I'm just going to be like, oh, well, that went well, you know, or the fact that they're already going to try to be doing their Collector Oof. It's a regular feature, I should say. All right. Hopefully you're still with me. I saw a disruption in the chat there. It said that the stream went offline. Sorry about that. But welcome back. If you're watching this later on video, maybe I should have a Soul Guide Lantern to deal with Tarmogoyf type stuff. That's potentially better than a Pithing Needle. If you're catching us live, welcome. Make sure you follow the channel. It's always free to do. If you're catching this over on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Those are free to do. Give us a like. Give us a comment. That helps engage the algorithm. Plus, I'm interested in knowing what you think. I'm interested in how you would sideboard here. Those are the kind of things I would like to know. I'll respond to those. What do you guys think, YOLO? I mean, that's pretty good. Imagine if I would have had a land drop remaining. I hope I gave them some unplayable nonsense. You know what I mean? That's the hope. That's always the hope. Force of Vigor me. All right. They're not messing around over there. We could start to rebuild. We play that. Go our next turn. So it's always tails, because tails never fails. Lost the flip. Of course we did. I'd like to play a Manifold Key. Would you like to fight over it? Two. Theoretically, we could get extra mana to play this Hull Breacher. We'll see what they do, though. They definitely are determined to keep our sagas off the board. I don't know what I'm representing here with the extra colorless. I just thought it was clever that I could do that and get extra mana. We'll see how they handle it. Force, pitching Gush again. That Gush is not long for this world. And it's going to be Tails. And we're going to lose the flip. And it's going to be somewhat ridiculous how much that has come up. I am going to deploy the Academy because it represents Force of Will mana, but also if I draw a blue-black land, I'm going to want to play the blue-black land for these multitudinous Sheoldreds. What is the playability of Arc? Okay, I don't know if I know what that is. Let's hold on. I gotta lose the flip real quick. Heads 3 times in a row. No. Red is not usable. Play and crack the Soul Guide. We seem to be having potentially internet issues. I got a thing spinning over here. I guess we'll find out here shortly. Yep, stream disconnected. All right, unfortunately, oh, that's stupid, Jeremy. I could have used that Manifold Key to untap the Mana Crypt. Wow. Tails 4 times in a row. Just saying. And apparently, I could cash in this black. Let's go get a Black Lotus. Non-creature, non-land. I'll play Sheoldred. Pass the turn, good sir. Shoot you for 2. Is that 5 lost flips in a row? Are you serious? We'll get rid of this one. Force pitching Flusterstorm. All right. 1-1 in this game. No, go ahead, Mike. You should be able to. You should be able to post links. All right, do we change anything after that match? Not really. When Arcane Proxy enters the battlefield, if you cast it, exile an instant or sorcery with mana value less to the power. Copy that card. So it's a slow Snapcaster. If you pay 7, you get it for 4. If you pay 3, you get it for 2. And then if you blink it in any way, you get it. If it enters the battlefield, okay, if you cast it, so you have to cast it. So you can't get the extra value. You can't get the extra value out of the blink, which is a little frustrating. But I don't know. There's something to that. It feels like getting the replay ability, right? That seems pretty sweet, but I don't know. I feel like I keep this between Fluster and Ancestral. I think this is a keep. I mean, I think it's an easy keep, but it's like, yeah. Some of the times I've had issues of, oh, which ones are good. So I think that one is, Mike, I think the answer is, I don't know. Were you speaking specifically for Vintage? Because if you play the smaller cost, you can only get a 2 or a 1. I mean, it's a replay your Ancestral, which is good. But turn 1 Oko. Turn 1 Oko's good. So the question is, if I play this, create a food, target creature loses the abilities, exchange control of target artifact or creature you control. So they already have this online. So I kind of have Opposition Agent available. We also have Ancestral available. They have Wasteland available. Yeah. I don't know. I got too greedy there, but they also they deployed very well. Keeping a hand that was definitely, I mean, they were on the play, and I could have had better answers. I just didn't. You know. All right, let's look at Mike's card again. 7 mana 4/3. Like, imagine you would play that in, you know, say shops or whatever. You're never going to actually have the instant or sorcery value from shops. So then you really want to look at it more for this 3 mana 2/1. And so then it's like, okay, it's a 3 mana. If it had flash, I would think maybe there was a little bit more potential to flash back you know, various vampiric or things like that. To have to do it sorcery speed feels like it hurts it a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like it's one of those ones like you can feel like there's something there, but I think if it had flash and the ability to flash back, well, I mean, this is a bad example because these are all sorceries, but if it had the ability to, you know, flash back a mental misstep or a flashback of a flusterstorm, something like that could be really, really powerful. But limiting it to, now you play it and you get a second demonic tutor, that's pretty good. But, or play it and get another time walk. Does it exile as part of the cost? I think it said it did. No, copy that card, cast the copy without paying the cost. So it doesn't, or no, you may cast it. So you do exile it. So it's not like play it and play it and play it, which is more, what am I thinking of? Like Eternal Witness. Eternal Witness lets you play the same card over and over again with Eternal Witness. That is not the same case here. So it does it gets you one more use out of something, but I don't know, Mike. I do think maybe if it was even a 3/1, 3/1 could be exciting. What is Geeky doing in the queues? Shouldn't he be drafting? All right, well, it's turn 1 Tinker, so I'm going to keep it. We'll see how it goes. It's going to flip immediately into a Force of Will. I know that's going to happen, so. And here's my secret tech. I've put all the lands in my hand. Okay, they got a Dredgevine. They've got a Bazaar. Yep. These are all powerful effects. So I'm going to turn 1 Sphinx them. So they're going to have to go wider than me. That might be a big ask. Oh, a Gaia's Cradle. Nice. Beseiju. That sucked. Oh, we can't stop a Hex Drinker. Beseiju is bad news for us. That was pretty lucky. Could I have had extra blue there? I don't think so. So then, am I better off going for... I mean, maybe. Yeah, we're dead. Here I thought we had it all buttoned up, when in reality, we were dead. Alright, so, similar to what we did last time, if I can remember, because of the collector oof and things like that that we were worried about, we want all of these. And then now, thinking about Beseju and... yeah, that's another reason to want Pithy Needle to turn off Beseju, who shelters all, endures. See? See? We would have gotten the wrong one, and how bad would that have felt? To have the wrong Beseju. Maybe we still go get Bolus's Citadel, though. That feels wrong. What's the other card we cut? Maybe Opposition Agent isn't as powerful. I mean, they do... some have fetch lands. This deck doesn't necessarily have fetch lands. Merchant Scroll also is maybe a little weak here. It's going to get me a lot less things. It has to get an instant. It can't get any of these twisters effects. And I think we were talking about how I'm worried, so maybe it does make sense to bring that back. Of collector oofs and stuff like that. I don't feel like I sideboarded this heavily before. Maybe I'm thinking wrong, but it doesn't feel like I sideboarded this heavily. Well, now... what does your Once Upon a Time have? Once upon a time, there was a Vengevine, and that Vengevine... I will take those treasures. More Vengevines. Single Rootwalla. Hollow. Yep. Classic had all these. Don't even need to draw the cards. They were already all in my hand. Bravo, sir. That's a nice Soul Guide Lantern. I could have proactively played that Soul Guide Lantern. That's on me, right? That is something I could have chosen to do. One, two, three, four, five. Ah. Undo. Undo. Black. Black. Hardcast Citadel. I'll cast that one. Well, we're running out of options here. I can't... I could block. I block here. I block here. I take 5. Get back to my turn, get a draw. If they get red mana... So I think I have to block there and there. I mean, well, that's obviously terrible for me. And then this is on top anyway, so what does it matter? You're doing great, man. Sheoldred is trying to do her best here, and I do appreciate. I appreciate all she does for me. She's trying though. She's trying so hard. Don't play a red mana source. That's all I ask. What if we drew into a wheel effect? Shoot you, and hope you don't get anything good. Like, don't hop out another, what would it be, a blood gas would be bad for me, more venge vines that could be cast. Yeah, maybe they're just digging for the red source. No, they dug for a wasteland. Another oof. Well, oof, there it is. I would love to have cast that Force of Will. That would have been nice. That would put me to 2, back up to 4. They have no cards in hand, though. So, block here. You have to block the 4 power. Then this puts me up to 4. So as of right now, I need to block in a way so I cannot even afford to pay... I cannot pay the Manifold Key price. The 15th Collector Oof might get me. These have been some decent draws on their part. I think they kind of have to wait for an Alpha Strike. Okay, maybe not. So gain up to 3. Yep, the Force of Will does me no good. Nope. I could attack. That changes nothing, though. No, we're just dead. Unfortunately. Oh, I forgot. The 2 and 3 in Vintage now grants us a pity chest. I forgot about that. So let's open that pity chest to celebrate our powerful wizardry. Oh, we also have whatever these are. Player reward lands. Nice. Okay. And open a treasure chest to find... What is this? Catilda Dawnheart Martyr. Pro Vampires is always a powerful ability. Yeah, alright. So... But anyway, I hope you had fun watching that today. I definitely had some dubious plays on my part. There was some... We did manage to win the white Eldrazi matchup, although I didn't necessarily do myself any favors. We did mulligan quite a bit, but... So, something I'm noticing about this deck list compared to some of the other ones I've played before... It is a little bit more all or nothing. It doesn't have one in a black, draw 2 cards. Night's Whisper. Night's Whisper as something that if you have all of these moxes, something to do on that first turn, get yourself kind of a little bit more velocity through the deck. Also, if you can get Sheoldred in play to 2 mana, draw 2 cards, and gain 2 life, that's pretty good. That's a much better deal than, you know, pay 2 life and 2 cards for 2 cards. So when you start making it a positive a thing. Also, I mean, a couple times there we had where the Tinker for the Citadel just wasn't enough. Or the time we tinkered for the Sphinx thinking it was all locked up, and they were able to chain enough to get into Beseju, and that ended up being bad for us. So, obviously, a lot of good things around this. Variance is going to happen. That's kind of how Magic works. Sometimes you get lucky at the Legacy Pit, and you make top 8 of Vintage, and then sometimes you don't. So... I want to say thank you for everybody watching today. I really do appreciate it. Again, if you aren't already, make sure you follow us on the various socials. I'm going to post a link into the chat talking about our link tree. You can go there and make sure you see all of our different things. But I just want to take an extra second to shout out our patrons, Zach B, Nick O, JW, JWMTG. And then we have Alec, Alex, Corey, Holden, Jacob, James, Joshua, Kurt, Nick, Quang, Sean, Singularity Games. All right, a little bit of a speed run there, but not too bad. We started the stream a little bit later, but we were able to get through matches pretty quickly, so that was great. And yeah, tune in. My plan going forward is that my day has moved to Thursdays. I have something else that have come up on Tuesdays for me, so... We're also going to try to get back into challenges on the weekend, hopefully. But I guess we will see when I get the time. All right, take care, everybody. Good to see ya. Bye.